Hey YouTube. So today I am coming to give you some news as to what's been happening to me lately. Yeah, I ended up getting COVID. Never thought I was gonna get COVID. I did everything right. I wore the mask, I had the sanitizer, disinfectant spray, everything in my house, my car, whoever, like everything. And I still ended up getting COVID. Yeah, it was crazy. So let me tell you guys what happened. I'm gonna tell you guys what happened when I got the COVID test, how I knew I was getting sick, some of my symptoms that I had, and we are at the end of my 14 days. So I get to go outside tomorrow. I'm so excited to be able to go out of my house finally. So today is March 21st. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, so that's why I say March 21st. No, I lied. Today is March 22nd at like 2 o'clock in the morning because it's the only time I can have to do the video without my kids distracting me or in the mix. So, first off, I am a substitute teacher. I don't know if I ever said that in any of my other videos, but I work as a substitute teacher at my children's school. So I decided to go back to work because we wanted to do something for spring break. So I needed to actually go back to work in order to get some money to go to spring break next month or in a couple of weeks. So normally when I work maybe 2, 3 days out of the week because I don't really need the job, but it's just there, you know. First off, this was, I marked it on my calendar. That's why I'm looking up at my calendar. I started back work on March the 1st. Well, for this month, for the 1st, because I was working last month as well. So I worked the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 5th. That is the most I've ever worked in a week as a substitute teacher since COVID has started. Because before COVID, I worked almost every day, but since COVID started, that's the most I've ever worked in a week. And so I started off on Monday. Everything was good, you know, whoop de whoop. Tuesday went to work. Everything was good. Fast forward to Friday morning. I go to work. As I'm at work, before class even started, I got this really throbbing headache. And I was like, there's no way this is going away by the end of the day. So I went to the office and I was like, look, I got a headache. Do you guys got Tylenol, ibuprofen, or whatever? So they did have ibuprofen. Took me an ibuprofen. It was good. As the day progressed, my nose started getting stuffy. My throat started getting scratchy. And then my headache came back. So then I knew I had got sick. But me thinking it was just a regular cold because mind you, I wore my mask. We have to wear a mask every day, all day. Unless I'm taking it off to eat or something. We have to wear our mask. I always sanitize when I come in and when I go out the classroom. So it's not like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing it. So Friday passed. Saturday, I woke up like super sick. Didn't want to do anything. Didn't want to cook. I didn't do anything but sleep all day Saturday. Sunday morning came. My kids had a birthday party to go to. So I got up. I still had like the stuffy nose. But that's about it. I had a stuffy nose. I didn't have no fever, no headache anymore, anything like that. I never got a fever at all through this whole thing. The highest my temperature got was to like 99. And that was it. So I never got like a high fever. So Sunday come, we go to the party, we go back home, everything's fine. Monday, everything's it Monday? No, it wasn't Monday. Monday, everybody's fine. We're all good. Monday night, I want to say probably at 1 o'clock at night, my son wakes up crying. The only time he ever does that is when he has a fever or he's not feeling good. So I knew something was wrong. But I just blew it off, because, I knew I was getting a cold. So I'm thinking maybe he's getting a cold too. So I gave him his little Tylenol. He went back to sleep. Woke up like 2 hours later. We're back at it again. So the next morning, I get up, go in the living room to do my schooling. That's another video. I'm going to tell you guys about how I started schooling. But we get up Tuesday morning. He gets up crying and he's like super hot. And I'm like, what the heck happened? Like, what is going on? I'm confused, like, why he has this fever all of a sudden. So I check his fever and it's 102. And I said, there's no way we're going to the doctor. I get up, I get us dressed. We head straight to the doctor. As I'm going to the doctor, I'm sitting in the car at the clinic, which is our urgent care. I'm sitting in the car and I get my sanitizer. Now, mind you, my mom had went to Bath and Body Works that Sunday or that weekend before, and she brought back a bunch of hand sanitizer for us, and she gave me a hand sanitizer. Mind you, if you ever had Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer, it is very strong. The scent, whatever flavor or whatever scent it is very strong. So there's no way you're not gonna smell it. So I open it, put it on my hand, rub it in real good, and I'm like, I can't smell it. I'm going like this, like trying to smell it. Nothing. Couldn't smell a thing. I had a Gatorade in my car. Went to drink it. Couldn't taste anything. I said, I know I did not get COVID from this dang school. Because I'm just like, I know I didn't get COVID. Go in the doctor's office. I wasn't even worried about me at this point. I'm worried about my son and his fever because he was too hot and his fever is running high. And I know he's not teething right now. There's no way. He ain't get no shots, nothing. So there's no way he should have a fever. I told the lady he has a fever of 102. They gave him Motrin while we were there. And she was like, I was like, well, since I'm here, I might as well get checked too. So I tell her my symptom, tell her all I have is a stuffy nose, can't taste, can't smell. And I just figured that out in the car. She said, okay, well, you have two suggestions. I have two suggestions for you. Either you can do the rapid test and I just swab you because you have symptoms of COVID. You have symptoms of COVID, so more than likely he has it because he's around you all the time. Or we can do, I forgot what she called it, but it's a test where they test you for COVID, rhino, other respiratory infections, the flu. And I was like, you know what, let's do I forgot what it's called, but it was a 5-minute COVID test. I was like, let's do that. She has me blow my nose. Now, this isn't the COVID test where they had to stick the thing all the way up your nostril. No, there's no way. Because my nose was already stuffy and there's a lot of phlegm in there, she had me blow my nose but not clean it. She had me blow my nose and then she took a small Q-tip, swiped it, and then they went and took it for test. It didn't even get to 5 minutes. I say about 3 minutes passed. She comes back. It was positive. At that moment, my heart dropped because all I could think about was my baby. I'm not even thinking about me and my symptoms or what can happen to me. I'm thinking about him. He is 1 year old. He cannot fight this like I can. That's my whole thing. Like, oh my God, I gave my child COVID. he is going to get really sick. Like everything just came rushing in all at once. And I was like, let me calm my brain. And I asked her, I said, now what do we do from here? She tells me to take vitamin C, and she writes it all down. I had to take because I'm still taking it because there's no way that I'm gonna weaken my immune system to catch this COVID again. Um, she told me to take vitamin C. Um, I can't remember how much was the vitamin C, but I want to say it was 3,000 IU. And then I had to take zinc, 50 milligrams, and then vitamin D as well. And that was 3,000 IU as well. And I had to take that every day. Take that, make sure I have fluids in my system, make sure I had a lot of rest, nothing strenuous. And she told me that by that time, now mind you, by that time I had COVID for already Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That was my fifth day. Yeah, that was my fifth day. Tuesday would have been my fifth day. So she said that on the fifth day, my symptoms were mild. So 9 out of 10, they weren't going to get any worse. But if they did, like if I was having trouble breathing or if my chest started getting like pressure on it, then to go to the emergency room. Then it means it's something bad. So not only did I have to quarantine, I have 3 kids. So all 3 of us had to quarantine for 2 weeks. Now my kids are actually still on quarantine, but that's only for their school, not for the doctor. The doctor took us all off quarantine on Friday. Yeah, on Friday. Now, let's see. Tuesday, I was fine. Wednesday, I was fine. Thursday, Friday ish, I started having problems breathing. I started freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, now I'm having problems breathing. And what am I going to do with my kids? They can't go to my mom's house because if they have COVID, they go over there, they're going to get everyone over there sick. My uncle has heart problems. I don't want to get him sick. Like, I'm just like, my brain is going crazy. So I text my sister. Mind you guys, my sister is all the way in Florida right now because she's on vacation with her boyfriend. And I text my sister and I'm like, look, it's getting harder for me to breathe. I need you to come back and I need you to get the kids. I need you to stay with the kids. I don't want to send them over to mom's because I don't want them to get them sick. Like, I'm really freaking out right now. And she's like, look, just calm down. She's like, if it gets worse, go to the doctor. She's like, I'm sure mom will be okay. Y'all. So then I do what I always do best. I started YouTubing videos. I started Googling all kinds of stuff. I'm like, how would I know that I need to go to the doctor? Like, I started YouTubing visit videos, like back to back to back, seeing what other people did, seeing what their symptoms were from day to day, all kinds of stuff. So I went and bought a pulse oximeter, which my child now plays with it like it's a toy. But I went because he sees me put my finger in there and like, putting on my fingers. So he goes and he sticks his finger in there and he wants me to press the button so he can see the little numbers and stuff. But anyways, besides that, so I went and bought. I didn't go and buy it because our local Walmart did not have it. Now, mind you guys, you would think that your local store would have stuff like this because of COVID. They didn't have it. The Walgreens, the Walmart, the CVS, nobody had the pulse oximeters. I might be saying that wrong, but the pulse ox things. Nobody had them. Nobody had vitamin D. Nobody had zinc. So, what I do best, I went on to Amazon. I got Amazon Prime. Hey, I'll get it the next day. I don't care. Went on Amazon. I got me some zinc gummies. I got me some vitamin D gummies, and I got the Pulse Ox. My mom did end up finding some vitamin C pills at Walmart. Totally disgusting. I don't like pills, and it takes me forever to swallow the dang pills. But we're working with it. I'm working with what I got. And the lady told me at the doctor that the zinc pills taste like metallic. And I hate that taste because I can never take them unless I take it with soda. And I didn't want to buy soda because the doctor said have like waters, Gatorades, Pedialyte, stuff like that. So I didn't buy any soda. Well, technically I didn't buy anything. My mom went to the store and bought us 2 weeks worth of groceries. Don't ever send your mom to the store to buy stuff for you and your kids to eat because she bought stuff that her and her kids eat that we don't even eat. But I mean, we had to eat it because we couldn't go out to the store. So we went out Friday. No, Saturday. We went out Saturday. I took the kids to the store. They bought all kinds of crap that they wanted to buy to eat so they can have their snacks. But anyways, so once I got my Pulse Ox, I checked it at least 2 to 3 times a day, especially when I felt like I was having a little bit harder time to breathe. Then I would check it. I've always had, I'm not going to say always, after I had my daughter and I had a C-section, I have a harder time with my breathing because I don't know why. Honestly, I did have to go under. They had to put me to sleep. And after that, I've always had trouble with my breathing. So that was another thing that was scaring me because I already have trouble now. And I'm a little heavier than I was back in the day when I had her. So I'm just like, I started freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it through this COVID. I'm not going to make it. Like, that was in my brain set. I'm like sitting here like praying every night. Like it was bad. Like, it was really bad. And, but now I am at the end of my 14 days, and the only thing that I would say that was really hard on me was the breathing, and it didn't even really get that bad. It was just like some days I can walk from my room to the kitchen and I'm breathing a little bit harder than I normally am. But it didn't get to where I had to go to the hospital. Like, I seen another lady's video when she said that her oxygen got down to like 84 and she was fine at first, and then she just like couldn't breathe all of a sudden. So it never got that far. It might have got up to like 90, but it didn't get to the 80s. It never got to the 80s. So now I finally got my taste back, got my smell back. You know, I really miss not having that smell because them poopy diapers, I couldn't smell it, and that was the best thing ever. But I'm glad I got it back because I know there's some people who didn't get it back and they still don't have it back. Like, the doctor told me that I probably wouldn't get my smell back for a few months afterwards, and I would still have like a little bit of COVID symptom. But now my smell is back. Sometimes it goes in and out, but it is back. My taste is all the way back fully. I'm breathing back to normal, or like how I normally breathe. So that's not really an issue. My kid, after the first day his fever, he hasn't had a fever since. But I am going on later on today. It's Monday morning. I am going today to get another COVID test. The lady told me not to because she said I could still come back positive even though I'm not having symptoms anymore. But I'm going to do it anyways so I can go back to work. because I'm ready to go back. That's bad to say because that's where I got the COVID from, my job, but I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to go back to work. So, and I can't go back to work until I have a negative COVID test. So, if it does come back positive, I will make another video and let you guys know. But so far, everyone is doing good. My other two kids didn't have any symptoms. Oh, I did get diarrhea one day. I had it for one day. I thought it was something I ate because milk always messes with my stomach. And I thought, like, I'm like, maybe I ate like cheese or something. And I was thinking that's what it was. But I did have diarrhea for like that whole day. That was another one of the symptoms. That was for COVID, was diarrhea. But I haven't had nothing crazy happen. We're doing good. Everyone's doing good right now. Um, but I hope the ones that did have bad symptoms, they did recover. Like the lady's video I saw, that she said that she almost died, but she recovered, and that's a good thing. But that was our COVID journey. Like I said, I'll be back to let you guys know if I have a positive or a negative result. But that's about it. Bye.